My name is Nitesh Nara Sheikh. I am from Annavara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is describing motion. So in describing motion we already discussed about what is meant by motion and what are the parameters of motion. We already discussed about that. So let us move on to the next topic, that is types of motion. Types of motion. Yes, so here we already learned that what is meant by motion. So that is position of an object with respect to time. So that's why, so here we have to take some of the types. So firstly, it's based on the nature of path taken by an object. That means when the object in motion, the object takes some path. So that path, it's identical. Some of the path is taken in a straight line, some of the path taken it as a circular path, some it is repeating continuously. So those types are there. So we have to know about some of the types. Some are based on the nature of the path taken by an object and some are based on the distance and time. So let us categorize this motion into two separate bases. That is firstly based on nature of path. Nature of path. And another one is the based on distance and time. Based on distance traveled and time, we can take like that. Distance and time. Okay, so here based on the nature of path and based on distance and time. So here based on nature of path, so there are three categorization. So here there are three categorization is there. So first one is the rectilinear motion. So here it is rectilinear motion. So rectilinear motion we already discussed that one, that is motion along a straight line. It is a motion along a straight line. Motion along straight line. Second one is the rotational motion. Rotational motion. Or we can say it as a circular motion. Circular motion. Then third type is the oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion, or we can say it as a periodic motion. Periodic motion. Yes. So these three are the classification of a motion based on nature of path of an object. The path taken by an object. So here these are the three categorizing, three types of motion based on nature of path. Again based on distance and time, distance traveled and time. So there are again two categorization of motion, that is, so here there are two categorization, that is, one is the uniform motion, another one is the non-uniform motion. Yes. So here 5 types of motion are there, 3 based on the nature of path and 2 based on distance and time. So these are about the only one view, that means it's a pictorial view of all the types of motion. So all the types of motion are in the same picture. So let us discuss about one by one. So here rectilinear motion is there, rotational motion is there, oscillatory motion is there, uniform motion is there, and non-uniform motion. So let us discuss by one. So firstly I will take rectilinear motion. So firstly it's a rectilinear motion. rectilinear motion. Yes. So just observe here the word rectilinear. Linear word you already know about that. That is linear. When the linear term comes, linear polynomial. That means the polynomial having degree 1. So that means when we have taken the graph of linear polynomials, we got the straight line. So that means when the motion of an object allows a straight line or takes a straight line path, so then we can say it as a rectilinear motion. That means it's a motion along a straight line. So also it's a change in position in particular direction or fixed direction, that we call it as a rectilinear motion. Commonly we can observe that rectilinear motion in case of light. So light always travel in a straight line. That means we are call it as a rectilinear propagation of light. So this is the one of the phenomenon of light. So always it takes the straight line path. Always it travels in a particular direction. There is no any case of curved direction. No. So there is only the case that is it travels in a straight line. That means we call it as a rectilinear propagation of light. Here also rectilinear motion means the light or the object takes the straight line path. That motion we call it as a rectilinear motion. So it is the motion of an object. It is the motion of an object. Motion of an object along a straight line. So it is the motion of an object along a straight line, or we can say it as a change in position of an object. Change in position of an object in fixed direction. Then this type of motion is said to be, this type of motion is said to be in rectilinear motion. Yes. So this is the definition of rectilinear motion. So it's a motion along a straight line. So for example, we can take light travels in a straight line or rectilinear propagation of light. It is rectilinear propagation of light. So there are many examples are there in our day-to-day life. When we take the path of straight line, or when we move in a straight line path, or when we take a path in particular direction, then always it's a rectilinear motion it is. So I will take this. So that means it's a rectilinear propagation of light. Light always takes straight line path. That's why I am taking that example. So rectilinear propagation of light. So let us move on to the next type, that is rotational motion. Secondly, rotational motion. Yes. So rotational motion, or we can take it as a circular motion. Yes. So the name only indicates here circular. That means it's quietly belongs to the similar to the circle. So when the object allows or takes a circular path, when it is moving, the object takes circular path, then the object is said to be, the motion is said to be in circular motion or rotational motion. That means the motion of an object, takes circular path, then the motion is said to be in the motion of an object is said to be in rotational motion. Yes. So what are the examples here? The revolution of Earth, the rotation of an Earth. So rotation of an Earth around the Sun, the rotation of a Moon around the Earth. So these are all about the examples of rotational motion. Also here we are observing the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan or the motion of an hands. The motion of an hands in clock. So there also the hands move in a circular motion here. That means, for example, we can take it as the motion of an hands. The motion of hands in a clock. So always the motion of an hands in a clock in a circular path only. So also the rotation of moon around the sun, around the motion of the moon around the earth. Sorry. So it's a motion of a moon around the earth. Then motion of a rotation of earth around the sun. Rotation of earth around the sun. So these are the common example we are observing in our life. That is motion of an hands in a clock and rotation of moon around the sun, rotation of earth around the sun. So we are always looking like this. That is rotation of earth and around the sun means we are observing. So that is we are observing some of the time, that is summer and rainy season. So likewise, because of this rotation of earth around the sun and revolution of earth, also we can take it as a rotational motion. We are observing the day and night times. So here, so this is about rotational motion. Here the object takes the circular path. That motion is said to be in rotational motion. So let us move on to the last type of that based on the nature of path. Yes. The last one type is oscillatory motion. Or periodic motion. Yes, oscillatory motion or periodic motion. So here the motion of an object or path of an object is repeated in equal interval of time. So in older days we can see some of the clocks. So there in that clock there is one pendulum is there. That means one rod and fixed by some of the bob. So that means here that motion is arises like this. It's repeated continuously. That means the path taken by this bob, this end, is repeated continuously here. So keep on repeating like this only. So there is no any rotational motion. There is no any circular path here. So it's a part of a circle. So this allows a part of a circle. It follows a part of a perimeter of a circle. So that means here this path of an object is continuously repeating. So this type of motion we call it as a periodic motion or oscillatory motion. That one time, that means so when the object starts from this and come here and then it comes here, then it comes in the same position, means this motion we call it as a one oscillation we call it. That's why we are call it as a oscillatory motion. Also we call it as a periodic motion, with some period of time quite repeating. So that's why we call it as a periodic motion. Oscillatory motion means, so the name comes because of one oscillation. The periodic means from the period to period. So the motion is the taken path is repeating continuously. That's why the name like this. So that means the oscillatory motion, periodic motion is nothing but it's the motion of an object. The path of motion of an object repeated continuously in equal interval of time here. That is, it is a motion of an object where the path of motion repeating continuously in equal interval of time, intervals of time here. So for the example, we can take the motion of a bob of a simple pendulum or atomic clock. So likewise we can take, that is example, the motion of a bob of simple pendulum. So it is. That means here in oscillatory motion or periodic motion, the path taken by an object is continuously repeating here. So that means some interval of time it continuously repeating. So here. So this is about oscillatory motion, and these three are the examples based on nature of the path of an motion of an object. That means when we are taking the rectilinear motion, the object takes the straight line path. Then when we are taking the rotational motion or circulatory motion, means the motion takes circular path. And when we are taking the oscillatory motion, means it's a unique path, that is the path is repeating continuously in certain interval of time. So let us move on to the next basis of time, that is based on distance and time, distance covered and time. So based on distance covered and time, there are two types, that is one is the uniform motion, another one is the non-uniform motion. So here I will take the question based on distance covered and time. So there are two types, we already knew that, that is one is the uniform motion, another one is the non-uniform motion. Let us take the first type, that is uniform motion. So first one is the uniform motion. Yes. So uniform. So just observe it as a uniform. Uniform means, so we are wearing the uniform dresses. So that means, so here all will be looking like same. So there is uniformity in our class and uniformity in our tradition. So that means, so all like same. So all will be looking like same. So that means uniform dresses like that. So here uniform motion, that means uniformity in motion means, so here the object takes some distance for the some interval of time. That means I am moving like this, I am moving from 0 to 10 meter at an interval of 10 seconds. So that means, so here I will take next 10 seconds, 10 meters for the next 10 seconds. That means here uniformity, that means here when the object takes some distance, so it takes some interval of time. In every distance, every distance of same magnitude, it takes same time. Means, so it's a uniformity in motion. That means here we can express here an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. That means every time it covers some distance in equal interval of time. So the distance also same and the timing taken is also same here. That means it is a motion where it is a motion of an object. It is a motion of an object where the object covers equal distances. Object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. In equal intervals of time. So for example, I will take the straight line path. So here I will take one straight line path here. Yes. It's the initial position of an object O or 0 I will take. So here 10 meter, here 20 meter, here 30 meter, here 40 meter. So here it is 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter and 40 meter. So here first the object is in 0 position or initial position. After some interval of time, it comes to the 10 meter. It travels 10 meter. For that it takes 10 seconds. Okay. So after traveling to 10 meter, that means so again that object covers 10 meter means for that here it takes 10 seconds. Again it takes 10 meter. For that the object takes 10 seconds. Again it takes 10 meter, that means up to 40 meter the object travels. So for that the object takes 10 seconds. That means here uniformity is there. So 10 meter for 10 seconds, 10 meter for 10 seconds, 10 meter for 10 seconds, 10 meter for 10 seconds. So that means here uniformity of the distance covered and the time. The both are the uniformity is there. So that means it's an example of uniform motion here. So that means when, for example, we can take when an object covers 10 meter in 10 seconds, then next 10 meter in 10 seconds and so on. So likewise it is continuing. That means every 10 seconds it takes 10 meter only, it covers 10 meters only. So that this is the example of uniform motion. Here uniformity in motion is there. So here it is an object, it is a motion of an object where the object covers equal distances in equal interval of time. So let us move on to the last type, that is non-uniform motion. So non-uniform motion means, so it's a completely opposite part of uniform motion. In the non-uniform motion. So here it's a completely different part, opposite part of uniform motion. That means it is a motion of an object where the object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time. Here I taken the equal interval of time. That means time is always continuous. So that means time don't wait for us. Time not waiting for us. So we have to catch the time. So that's why. So here I will take it's in equal interval of time. The object covers unequal distances. That means we have to take it as a uniform, non-uniform motion here. That means it is a motion of an object. Motion of an object where the object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. In equal intervals of time. So this is the example. It is a motion of an object where the object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time here. So let us consider the same situation here. So here it is 10 meter and it is 20 meter, it is 30 meter and it is 40 meter. So firstly the object is in the initial position, so it travels 10 meter for 10 seconds, then it covers 30 meter for 10 seconds, then it covers 10 meter in 10 seconds. So here just observe here, so I am taking the uniformity in time, but there is a non-uniformity in distance. That means in each cases of 10 seconds, firstly it covers 10 meter, after that it covers 20 meter, and here it covers 10 meter. Here it is bit slow is there. After that the object will become faster. After that again it becomes slow. So that means it's a non-uniformity of motion. So for example we can take it as a object covers 10 meter for first 10 seconds, then it covers 20 meter in second 10 seconds, then it covers 10 meter for third 10 seconds, and so on. So here the object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So this is about the non-uniformity in motion. So here also there is a non-uniformity. If it is uniformity means it covers equal distances in equal interval of time. When it comes to non-uniformity means, so when an object covers unequal distances in equal interval of time means there is a non-uniformity in motion. So this is about all the types of motion. I hope you understood this topic here. So I concluded this part here. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.